Crypto trader Juan Villaverde has cracked the code. He released his proprietary timing algorithm in the middle of a raging crypto bull market at the beginning of 2018. But Juan's math said something different from the crowd. Instead of parroting the rest of the bulls, Juan stuck his neck out and warned investors. The party was over. A crash was coming. He got hate mail and was even the victim of a cyber attack, but he was also right. Bitcoin crashed 84% over the next few months. Later that year, crypto investors were in the doldrums. The talking heads were bearish on Bitcoin. Yet Juan's math went against the crowd again. He called the bottom. And 3 days later, Bitcoin began a prolonged bull run. In the years since, Juan has gained a reputation for nailing the really big crypto calls. He booked separate gains of 477%, 333%, and 153% on Bitcoin, 1,148%, 826%, and 673% on Ethereum, 1,135% on Thorchain, 312% on Chainlink. He found Cardano at just 4 cents and helped investors make 29 times their money. Just $10,000 into Cardano would have made over $250,000. Keep in mind, these aren't just cherry-picked winners. In fact, the average return of Juan's crypto recommendations is 328%. That includes the losers. Juan's big predictions have drawn attention and praise from places like CNBC, Fortune, Forbes, and The Motley Fool. But Juan has mostly managed to stay out of the spotlight. He doesn't often make public pronouncements. However, today Juan has come forward with a massive new prediction. Right now, the so-called experts are burying crypto. Prices have stayed flat for months. A confusing regulatory environment has scared people away. But once again, Juan's math says the complete opposite. His timing model points to a bull market just over the horizon. He thinks this could be the last time you'll ever be able to buy Bitcoin at this low of a price. And he believes a surprise announcement by the U.S. government will be the spark to ignite this raging bull market. Here's Juan with more.
Hi, I'm Juan Villaverde. The SEC recently declared war on cryptocurrencies. They filed lawsuits against the two main crypto platforms, Coinbase and Binance. The SEC chairman declared almost all coins outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum to be illegally traded securities. To make matters worse, two different efforts by Congress to set clear rules for the crypto market have stalled. The regulatory and legal confusion around crypto has scared away many investors. The mainstream headlines are filled with negative stories. One news outlet even asked if the US was trying to kill crypto. But I recorded this message to tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. This isn't a bad time to buy crypto. It's the best time. You see, there's something going on in the background that almost everyone has missed. Just 7 days after the lawsuits were filed against Coinbase and Binance, another story slid by almost unnoticed. It was an application filed by $9 trillion Wall Street giant BlackRock to create a spot Bitcoin ETF. Why is that important? Because BlackRock has close ties with the Biden administration, and they have nearly spotless track record of ETF approvals. Don't let the government lawsuits fool you. Wall Street is engaged in a stealth takeover of cryptocurrency. And when Wall Street's takeover is complete, starting with BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, I expect the price of Bitcoin to spike immediately. And it may never come back down. Bear in mind, however, the clock is ticking. This approval could come in at any moment, and you don't want to be caught flat-footed. The law states the SEC has to make a decision on BlackRock's ETF within 240 days from their June application, which means Valentine's Day 2024 at the latest. But here's the thing. I don't think they'll wait nearly that long. BlackRock has an incredible record of approval. They've only been rejected once in 572 tries, a 99.8% success rate. And that's not all. BlackRock is the world's largest investment asset manager, with over $9 trillion under their guidance. And they've developed a buddy-buddy relationship with the Biden administration. The company donated large sums of money to both Joe Biden's presidential bid and other liberal causes. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink essentially created ESG investing, a philosophy championed by Biden officials. It's no surprise because BlackRock's ties to Biden run deep. Former Deputy Treasury Secretary Wally Adeyemo used to be Fink's chief of staff at BlackRock. Brian Deese is Biden's head of the National Economic Council. He used to be BlackRock's global head of sustainable investing. Vice President Kamala Harris's chief economic advisor, Michael Pyle, was BlackRock's former global chief investment strategist. So what happened a week after the SEC sued Binance and Coinbase is curious to say the least. Not only did BlackRock file an application for a Bitcoin ETF, but it uses Coinbase as its pricing source. It begs the question, if the Biden-controlled SEC seems to be making it clear that crypto isn't welcome in the US, then why were their top donors applying to manage crypto investments just a week later? Look, I'm a crypto trader, not a politician. I'm not looking to offend or provoke anyone. I'm just following my research to its logical conclusion. I've laid out the facts for you so you can evaluate for yourself. But I believe BlackRock's ties to the White House will win the day. That's what politics is after all, like it or not. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Once approval is granted, you could see the price of Bitcoin and a handful of essential cryptos spike immediately. In fact, the Wall Street Journal said BlackRock approval would have an electric effect on the crypto market. But while the law says the SEC must announce a decision on BlackRock's application by February 14, I believe the answer will come much sooner. Beyond BlackRock's spotless approval record and the cozy ties to the government regulators, they added a sweetener to the deal, an offer the government can't refuse. It would allow for surveillance of the trading platform by the Nasdaq, granting them confidential information on buyers, sellers, and prices. Ostensibly, this is to stop manipulation of the spot price of Bitcoin, but it would also allow the government access to this information, which essentially grants them the power to monitor individual investors and potentially limit investments or gains. Plus, all of your information would be shared with the IRS in real time. In other words, the deck would be stacked against the individual investor and in favor of the government and Wall Street. After BlackRock's application, a number of others hit the public record. Fidelity, ARK Investment, Invesco, WisdomTree, and Valkyrie all turned in their applications as well. And every single one of them added this surveillance clause. I predict the SEC will approve BlackRock and a number of other spot Bitcoin ETFs, paving the way for Wall Street to control access to crypto investments. And it could happen any day. Like it or not, Wall Street's crypto takeover could send the price of Bitcoin to $100,000 or more. Lots of smaller coins could see exponential gains. BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF approval is just the beginning though, just a spark that starts the raging fire. Because my timing model is also flashing green. Now, past performance doesn't always indicate future success. But the last time I saw a bullish signal like this was when I called the bottom in 2018. The bull market started just 3 days later and it never looked back. Now, I feel strongly that we're about to enter a new bull market, one without historical precedent. Bitcoin ETF approval is just a start. As crypto moves further into the mainstream and becomes an available investment in mutual funds, retirement accounts, and more, the value of Bitcoin and others like it will naturally rise. In fact, I think $100,000 Bitcoin must be on the lower end of what's possible in this bull market. Don't let the confusion around the SEC's lawsuits and the negativity from the mainstream media scare you. This is not a bad time to buy cryptos. It's the best time. And perhaps the last time before the price spikes forever. I believe it's important you buy Bitcoin before anything else. As the standard bearer, it's the best store of value. After all, BlackRock's Larry Fink called it digitized gold.